AVI-NUE, a space for your news, views, reviews, and much more. Welcome back to the space, all hopeful people. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share the content. Turn on your post notification bell so as a drop of content, it will be instantaneously available to use. In the sitting of the Senate on Friday, December the 13th, Professor Floyd Morris speak his mind and came into defense of the Integrity Commission after the Integrity Commission came under attack after tabling the report pertaining to Mr. Holness and his business partner. Some people, let us get into it and listen to what Floyd Morris got to say, because every word this man spoke, I agree with him. Yeah, I do, I agree. Some people, leave your views in the comment section below. Let us have that discussion, Tell us how you feel about what's going on. And if you are new here, my people, welcome to the space. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. In the meantime, I just want to take the time out to say thank you very much to all those who helped this channel to reach the 1,000 subscriber. Anissa Bell Rose, bless up yourself, sister. Bless up yourself. Keep doing what you're doing. Art of love. Let's get into it, my people. Let's go like this.
My contribution to the State of the Nation presentation. And in doing so, Mr. President, I would like to express my profound gratitude to my God and Creator for His continued guidance in my life, to my wife for her continued support. I have to express my gratitude as well to my political family, and especially the leader of the opposition, Mr. Mark Bulding, for the continued confidence that he has reposed in me. I also want to thank the members of this honorable chamber for their friendship, for their support, and their encouragement. I've built some very good relationships in this honorable chamber on both sides of the aisle over the years, and I'm deeply grateful to all the members. Mr. President, this year was very interesting, and I say it's very interesting because we have discussed this matter before, but I have to repeat it for emphasis in terms of my promotion to the rank of professor at the University of the West Indies, which has happened within the context of 75 years of that institution in the Caribbean, and it's the first time that someone with a visual disability has been elevated to that rank. And also, Mr. President, when we look and have been searching throughout Latin America and the Caribbean, it is the first time that someone with a visual disability has been promoted to the rank of professorship in any academic institution. And so I deem it a tremendous honor, because when you look at the magnitude of work that has to be done in the context of an extremely inaccessible academic environment. 95% of books that are published, 95% of books that are published are not accessible to persons with visual disabilities. And that is the context in which I have had to work in order to achieve this feat. So I deem it really a pride and joy to have been promoted to the ranks by the University of the West Indies, and will continue to push the disability agenda throughout the region. But this year, Mr. President, we are participating in the State of the Nation debate in which our country is placed in an interesting but precarious position. The fact of the matter is that 58% of the population in the latest National Public Opinion Survey is pointing that the country is going in the wrong direction. At the same time, 65% of the population is saying that Jamaica is more corrupt than before. And it's the first time in my years of tracking political development that I'm seeing this sort of perception about politics where you have 65% of those surveyed seeing the country as being more corrupt than ever before. There are significant blocks of marginalized Jamaicans who are being left behind. You talk about our senior citizens, we talk about our persons with disabilities, and we talk about our young people who are experiencing tremendous challenges and being left behind in our society today. There is a crisis in education, Senator Crawford, as manifested in what is taking place at the early childhood level, at the primary school level, at the secondary level, and at the tertiary level, where there are managerial gymnastics taking place with our public tertiary institutions in order to keep them afloat. There's a crisis in health care. Senator Lambert Brown will tell you that people have to be sharing beds in our public hospitals. There's a crisis in housing for low to middle income earners. And this is why, Mr. President, the people of Jamaica are signaling that they want change. And this is manifested in the 9.2% lead that the People's National Party is enjoying from the last public opinion poll. Mr. President, the issue of corruption is a matter that is of tremendous concern to me, because when individuals talk about corruption in the society, they immediately point fingers to individuals who are involved in politics. And all of us are being labeled and tarnished. And it has intensified in recent times because of the attacks that have been levied on the Integrity Commission of Jamaica. And I want to disassociate myself with any such attacks or statements on the part of the Integrity Commission, because the Integrity Commission is an institution that was established to protect the public resources and to ensure that we don't end up into what we would regard as a kleptocracy. And I've been talking to people across the country, and based on what they are describing to me, and they say to me as a parliamentarian, the public's perception is that we are operating a kleptocracy. And Mr. President, I don't feel comfortable with it. And it's worse because of how we are treating an institution, the Integrity Commission, that was established to make sure that there is integrity in public life. And as for me, I stand by the Integrity Commission. And I can say based on my colleagues, that we stand by the Integrity Commission. Mr. President, I want to say something that is very disturbing to me, because there are some inconsistencies in terms of our governance, and this is causing people to have the view that we are operating a kleptocracy and that we are a very corrupt society. And it takes me to the most recent report from the Integrity Commission, which led an investigation into a property that is owned or being built by Estate Bridge. And one of the principals, or one of the directors that is involved, is the head of two public agencies, the Housing Agency of Jamaica and the Urban Development Corporation of Jamaica. And the report pointed to some breaches that have been detected in the construction of the houses. And Mr. President, as I read the report, my memory dates back to, I think it was 2022 or somewhere thereabout. In another development in our pastures that involved the then president of the National Water Commission, Mr. Barnett, and the community's Charlie Mount in our pastures. And a similar situation existed where more rooms were built than that which was approved. And it's a similar situation here. And I want to say, Mr. President, that Mr. Barnett was required to resign from his job. What? And this report about Estate Bridge has been tabled in the Parliament from Tuesday of this week. And I want to say, up to this point, I have not heard anybody talking about or calling for the resignation of the chairman of UDC and HAJ, which is involved in this breach. And it is a clear hypocrisy and double standard. And I want to take this opportunity, Mr. President, to say to the chairman of the UDC and the HAJ that he must resign immediately, just like what was required by Mark Barnett, the president of the National Water Commission. It cannot be that you are setting one set of rules for one individual or one set of individuals.
You sit down there. Senator, 1 minute, Senator Morris. Senator, I know.
Let me hear.
Off time referred to as Brian, but go ahead.
That's fine. I think that the senator is at least in error concerning the resignation of Mr. Barnett, and I suggest to him that he checks it, because it will show that he has not in fact resigned. I'm just saying, because I know he wants to be accurate.
I take that as a point of information. It's not a point of information.
All right.
Go ahead, Senator.
All right, Mr. President.
Senator Brown, come now, man.
All right, Mr. President.
Senator Morris, go ahead, please.
Mr. President, and
What? One minute, please. Senator, you are not addressing me from way up there, you know. That's where you sit nowadays. Go ahead.
I thank you, Mr. President. I take note of what was said.
The former mayor wishes to make a point of order.
Well, just on a point.
Yeah, man, I know, man.
What is the point of order?
I'm trying to hear myself, Mr. President.
I recognize you from a seat other than your own. What's the point of order?
This is my seat.
He said it was to me. Him singing songs, shaggy songs. It was to me.
The senator has said that more rooms were built than were approved.
That's how it like.
I would ask the senator to check that because I'm not sure that is true.
This is not about like.
Thank you very much. Go ahead, Senator Morris.
Singing shaggy songs. It was to me.
Mr. President.
Shaggy songs singing.
Mr. President, you know, I'm speaking to the reports that have been tabled in the Parliament, and I stand by what has been said in terms of
I think what he's saying is that the report in Parliament is saying that there was a breach of the permit in terms of the number of rooms.
Right.
But I think that what he's in fact saying is that the directors have indicated that there is no such breach. That's all he's saying.
Well, I'm speaking to the report. I'm not speaking to.
All Fred is doing
Yes.
is saying it was to me.
I think the mayor is trying to protect himself because he was the mayor at the time when the breaches were.
Okay, and I'm not going to, Senator, no, 1 minute.
Mr. President.
Senator Williams, I'm not going to countenance the continuous interruption after this one. Go ahead.
Thanks very much.
Come now, let's go.
Mr.
Yeah.
President.
1 minute, Senator Morris.
Without saying much, I would just caution you because I'm pretty sure that the KCMC would have done its inspections.
No, you can't.
And
What's the point of order? 1 minute, please, Senator.
all I'm doing is saying because
Go ahead. Senator Williams, go ahead.
I'm just saying, Senator, be cautious because I'm not sure more rooms were built than were approved.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Senator Williams.
I'm saying that we are not.
Senator Williams,
So I am saying, I'm just making that point.
thank you very much.
And history will bear us
Thank
out
you very much.
that I am
Mr.
not sure you're right.
Mr.
that more
President.
rooms were
Senator
built than
Williams,
were
thank you
approved.
very
That's
much.
all I'm saying.
Thank you.
Continue to make your state of the nation.
Mr. President.
Let's go.
I want to repeat my call.
Repeat your call.
I want to repeat my call for the chairman for the Urban Development Corporation and the Housing Agency of Jamaica to tender his resignation immediately because of what has transpired in this report. It is a disgrace. Mr. President, if we are going to win back the trust and confidence of the Jamaican people, people have to be held accountable for their actions. And this is one means. This should be the start. And we must stop, hug up, and embrace these corrupt practices. Because once we do it, we are ourselves engaging in a corrupt practice.
Loyal viewers and subscribers, honorable people, give thanks for your support to the AVI-NUE. Know that I appreciate you sincerely. New viewers, welcome on board. Know that your presence is appreciated. Please subscribe to help the channel and help us reach 1,000 subscribers. Thank you. United we win.